this is an abbreviated one because of the holiday more than anything else. Because I screwed up yesterday, and Jane only has so much time today. So hi, Jane. How you doing?
Yes, we have dinner
By the
dinner
way,
plans.
tell Mr. Darren I said hi, and
I
once again,
will.
thanks.
He's out on the porch. We're actually in New Hampshire, not Maine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why
Yes.
this is different than what you're what you remember.
It's okay. And for those people wondering, yes, I actually not met Jane and her husband Darren actually in Maine. They were the last part of my Maine journey, actually.
Yes.
Oh, geez, my camera decided to be evil right there.
Well, I can
What?
still hear you, so that's good.
Yes, that's okay. I'm gonna try to fix my camera from doing the Doctor Evil thing here while we're talking.
Yes.
But trained
It's sort of like,
professional,
oh, there you
folks.
go.
Kind of. Not the camera I'm looking for, but I got a camera nonetheless. So
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I'm in Canada right now. I'm working for a naturist park right now for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been fun.
Sounds it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait until I get the opportunity to. A second here. Apparently, my camera's back. We'll see if that one we get. Yeah, we'll
I don't
see.
know. Whichever one. Yeah.
So everyone works.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm retired now.
Yes. Well, I'm
I'm a
semi-retired.
really busy girl now that I'm retired.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm in kind of semi-retirement mode. Like I got a day job right now, but I mean, you know what I've been doing. It's more like I've been going on an adventure than actually working.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
Now we're supposed to go on vacation at the end of this week, to a cruise to Bermuda, and Darren's like, well, isn't every day a vacation?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. It's zero stress.
Yes. So the biggest
Well,
challenge
I'm
you both
still
have.
I'm still writing because I've got, the
Yeah, I
kids
know,
going.
no, like there you go. Like we're going to talk about that in a bit too, because we should.
Yeah.
But um, but the thing is, the real secret to retirement is keeping yourself mentally engaged.
Oh yeah.
Because if
Well,
you're not mentally engaged, that's when you rot.
right, right. Well, he plays word games every day, and I write, and I mean he's been busier. Actually, we've been busier than when we were working. We're like, how did we ever work?
Yeah, it's how it goes, right?
How did we ever do everything that we we needed to do and still get a 40-hour work week? Actually, it was more like 50-hour or more a work week sometimes, but
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like it's the way it goes. You
yeah.
know, you find when you're doing this stuff here. I'm just trying to get to sneak into my channel here proper, like right. Give me a second.
Hi, people.
Slipping into my channel here properly is what I'm trying to do. There we go. And there we go. And now I hit the mute button there, and now I can watch if people do decide to come in and say hi, and people don't.
Oh,
That's
good.
fine.
Good.
Yeah. So I saw all of America. I saw a lot of Canada. So I saw a lot of both countries. I didn't see all of both countries, but I saw a lot of both countries.
Right.
And individually speaking, the United States might have some of the nicest people in it I've ever met.
Whereabouts did you find the night besides me? Whereabouts did
Oh,
you find the
so
nicest
I
people?
mean, well, how many stories do you want? Like, how many stories do you want? Because there's a lot of them.
What
In
what's the
Maine,
what's the one that sticks out the most to you?
in terms of kindness, okay, it's a tie. It's a tie. Rockland, Maine.
Yep.
Get right before getting to you, actually, and Redding, California.
Okay.
Yeah, Redding, California. So Rockland, Maine. So to get to you, I'm hitchhiking through Maine, folks. So, but it's wild because I've never seen anything like this in my life. So I make a sign, The night before, I go to a Dunkin' Donuts, and they give me free food. I didn't ask for it or anything like that. They just gave it to me. I was just like, wow, that's really cool. So I'm sitting there with my sign, and I'm not even shitting you. I get the first hour. I had a guy coming up to me and go, "Hey man, I'm going to McDonald's. You want something?" I just told him, I was like, "No man, dude, I'm good. I got my donuts. Like I do. I like still have Dunkin', like a pile of Dunkin' Donuts food with me, and it's like I can't in good conscience take food from you." So he goes to me like, "Okay, no problem." He goes to the McDonald's drive-thru, comes back, gives me $20. That's not even a wild one. Immediately after he gives me $20, the guy from the cigar place across the street gives me five. Gives me five. There's a lady that goes to me and went to me. "What are you doing?" Because she's like, she's trying to understand this. I told her what I'd done because at that point I'd already crossed Canada. So now I'm going to do the same thing in the United States. And there's just something about the honesty of it. It hit her. It touched her in a really way. She gives me $25. Did I find a ride out that day? No. What I found was my ticket to you. That's how I actually got to you. And then it gets even wild. So Redding, California is even wilder. I show up to Redding with $1 to my name. At that moment in time, I had $1 to my name. It's in my pocket. I'm not sure how I'm going to go eat. I'm literally not sure how I'm going to go eat. So I'll go check out the local soup kitchen, maybe get myself a meal there, and we'll figure it out. And on my way down, there's this gentleman that comes out of nowhere, goes, "Hey man, would you like some chicken?" I shit you not. He gives me this giant whole chicken, 2 loaves of bread, and like 3 waters.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That and I have, and those are the 2 that really stick out, but I got so many more. Like the thing I figured out about American people, if somebody comes across as genuine, asking doing something, maybe asking for help doing it, but is actually doing something legitimate, people will line up to help you. So when people take advantage of it, that shit goes out the window. It's like, but if you're just being genuine, man, the amount of people that actually go out of their way for you is incredible. So,
Right.
that was the lesson of the United States. Like I said, I got stories in Florida. I hated Florida. I'm not gonna lie, but I love some of the people there. I got lessons in like Florida, Louisiana, Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon, Kentucky. Like everywhere I went, I found kindness exists everywhere. But the one thing I don't think it's said enough about the United States is how kind the United States really is.
Right. Yes. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. I mean, and Mainers, since it was Maine, and we have a place in Maine, Mainers, for the most part, are very sweet. There can be some that are very, you can't get here from there type,
Oh yeah, no, totally. Oh god. I mean, there's assholes everywhere, but I mean, the Americans might be the kindest people in the world. Right. And I know that's not a popular thing to say right now, because everybody wants to dwell on the political stuff. Right. But individually, I honestly think Americans, pound for pound, are as nice as anybody on the planet. And right. So actually, I'll even tell you a fun one up here. It's happened here. So Bear Oaks has these coins they give to people that for doing stuff. Gives you a free slushie or an ice cream. It's not a huge thing, but it's a thing. Right. So I walk in and the office person goes, "Hey, can they get this ice cream? It's one of the bigger ones. It's one of the
Yep.
bigger ice creams. Can they get this ice cream? She's legitimately not sure, right? And I'm not sure either. But I go like, you know what? Fuck it. Put it on my worst case scenario. Put it on my account. I'll buy it. If the coin's not good enough, I'll buy it. Touched him. So I went to go for my lunch at the local restaurant. He paid for it.
That's nice.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And that dude's from West Virginia. So like I said, you can pick your state, you can pick your province, you can generosity was incredible in the States. And I'm talking about, and this is a dude that slept on concrete in the United States sometimes. Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, no, it was surprisingly nice. I did not find that magical place called home, although my favorite city was Vegas. I liked Vegas.
Right. Yeah, Vegas is a little bling bling, sparkly and bright.
It's a little bling bling.
So you get to the outskirts, but
even the outskirts, man, it's got like this. Yeah, no, even the outskirts though, it's got this like fun little. It's got this fun side to it. So it's just like you could talk me into going to Vegas again. You could totally do that. So
true.
How have you been?
I have been good. I have been very, very good. As I said, we've been really busy. We were down in Connecticut for 3 weeks. Darren was building my daughter's patio that had been left undone for 3 years from the contractor that was actually family that screwed her. but yeah, so he spent 3 weeks doing that. His brother came down for 6 days and helped him, and they have a gorgeous patio now. I don't know if you've seen some of the updates that I posted on Facebook, but it was a lot of work. And for about 2 weeks, Darren's hands, he was having a hard time straightening them because he got silicone on them and it dried out, and he was in a lot of pain. But it was good enough.
Nice. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yes. Yeah. So
do you have more writing time now? Or you have less?
During the winter, a lot more, because I don't, unless we're going out snowmobiling, which we only went out twice this year because he was doing adaptive skiing program. He was helping physically and mentally challenged folks learn how to ski or ski down the mountain. So, paraplegics, autism folks and stuff like that. So while he was doing that, I was writing. So I had 101 hours of writing.
Nice.
This winter. But when he was home, I set it so that I would only work until 5 if I was going to do it. So I'd get up, do my exercise, and we'd do our things, and then around 11 or 12 I'd sit down and write. So 5 hours, that's about what I used to do when I was working, because it would be from like 7 until 11 when I was working, or 6 until 11 when I was working. So yeah, and I'm not doing it on weekends unless I have to get something done. So yeah, I've written 3 books already.
Nice.
And as you saw, I've got the Kickstarter for this lovely book. I love it. Yeah. It's very.
How's Kickstarter treating you?
Very, very, very shiny. and that book 1 came out in April. Book 2 is in this exclusively until October.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have a bonus scene, and I've got colored end pages, which are really pretty. See. And
nice.
Colored chapter headers and things like that. So I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So do you like Kickstarter?
Yes, I do for this purpose. Doing special editions of books that I've already got out is hit or miss. I barely made it the last, all my Kickstarters have funded, so that's a good thing. But the ones
Yes.
with advanced book, you get the book in advance of the general public, seem to do better. So I think my publishing strategy is changing. What I'm going to do is do Kickstarter first, and then once they get their books, then go out and publish wide. Because my publishing wide is, and I'm not advertising anymore because, retirement budget. And I want to spend things on art for Kickstarters rather than advertising for things like that. So, yeah. Oops. Are you talking? I'm missing you. Oh, no, I can't hear you. Your audio is on mute. Somehow you got muted. There you go. Can you hear me? Okay. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Yep, 1 minute. Okay. Nope, not yet. Isn't this live stuff fun, people? Try it again. I see your mouth moving, but I hear nothing. It's not. Oops. Hold on a minute. I can't hear you, Josh. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I heard something.
Yes. Hold on
Yes,
a second
there we
here.
go.
Yeah. So it's my internet connection.
Okay.
Okay. So I got it. So note to myself, I can't do this here too long because it will disappear.
Okay.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Trained professional. That's all I can say, folks. I'm a trained professional.
Yes.
So what I was saying before this disappeared was it sounds like what's happened is you've just shifted to a different audience and largely an untapped one for writers.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm finding some success. I mean, I still have a small bit of following, but they're pretty, it's getting bigger as I'm actually, sending out the books within a reasonable amount of time. I'm not ordering them from overseas because that's just too much of a wild card. And I've seen people who have done that, who have gone like 9 to 12 to 15 months before somebody gets the book in their hand, which is like, if I say I'm going to send it, like in this case, the orders will go in August, so they'll get the books in September because it does take 30 days to print anywhere I print. It seems on the physical books for print on demand, like Book Vault, which is what I use. So yeah, I mean, and it gets to them faster. Your audio's bad again. Folks. Try it again. Reconnect. It's like, pull up.
Can it work?
Yes, that worked.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Oops. You're in and out. It's
I'm
probably
in
saying,
it.
oh, there we go.
I'm being heard. So
Yes.
yeah, so Jane, you might have to take over the show again. You just might have to take over the show again at some point. Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm still putting these together. Like this is I'm at Bear Oaks until October. So I'm figuring out the best way of doing it. I think what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna regularly go on my Mondays or Tuesdays into Newmarket, and that's when I'll record my shows. Because
Right.
I get a better connection. So
Yes.
but this one will still be well, hopefully a thumbs up for people to listen to.
Oh
Not
yeah.
regardless.
I mean, we're still having fun, and if it goes in and out, that's all right. I mean, I haven't done spilling ink in a while, so this is sort of
Just
satisfying the podcast need.
so what? Just time right now. Or?
Yeah, because our schedules went like this, and we said, let's just hold off for the summer. We'll check back in September and see how things are going. Because when I was available, she wasn't. When she was available, I wasn't. It was just a hit or miss mess. And then when I was available, there were times that she was ill, or things just didn't work. So
Sometimes
we
the way it goes.
put it on pause, because she said, do you still want to do it? I said, I would still love to, but right now our schedules are like this. And I said, it's really your show. It's up to you. If you want to continue and try to hit or miss do this, we can, but let's get through the summer.
Well, if she did, by the way, if you do decide to call it though, if say you do, please do a series finale. You really should like you guys have enough traction, and a
Yeah,
lot of us come in just to say a hi and goodbye. What's your
right.
favorite Katie? Actually, I'll give you a fun Katie story. I'll give you a fun
Yeah,
Katie story. So I'm coming into Vegas. I'm coming
yeah.
into Flagstaff. Okay. So this was right at the moment Flagstaff got one of the worst snowstorms it had the entire winter. So I ended up stuck on a bus for 20 hours.
Yeah, I read that Substack. I was like, oh man. Well, I mean, it has facilities, so it's not that bad. Just
Actually, it
no
wasn't that bad at
food.
all. It wasn't that bad at all because I was warm, whereas other people who had been in that weather, oh,
Yeah,
they were fucked. Right.
yeah, exactly.
But Katie, here's the Katie part of the story. I had initially was coming in a day earlier than I expected from Vegas. I needed a place to stay. Katie would have took me in.
Yeah,
Yep. Katie offered to take me in. Now, that all said, I wish I had been able to see Katie during my time in Vegas. It's not for a lack of trying, but
right.
it would just didn't work out.
It was it
Right.
was it was the kid, the kids and the not. And yeah, exactly. She has a very little window when she's kidless. So
I get it. Like I totally get it. Like I said, you could talk me into going to Vegas again. If I do, hopefully I get the opportunity to see her in person. I got to meet a lot of you. I didn't get to meet all of you, but I got to meet a lot of you. So
right.
I got to meet you. I got to meet JD. All right. Did I disappear?
Yeah, I said you met me, you got to meet JD, and then
Okay. I'm sure it
I
was
know
a
you got to
pause.
meet Tim. You got to meet a few others as well.
Oh, I met Tim. Tim was Hoot. I got to meet Rudy Fike, a buddy of mine. I got to meet like Sean Forney. I got to meet I got to meet a lot of people. Like honestly, I was very blessed. I got to meet a lot of people I got to meet, but there's still like a giant list of people I did not see.
Right.
And it made me sad. Right. Circumstances were, again, when you do a trip like this, you try to get as many people as you can, but you don't always get the chance. As is, I have been going back into New York to play poker.
Right.
I mean, is that reason to go somewhere? Where are you going to poker? Where in New York? It's poker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, my adventure zone end in October. I'll be Europe to Asia. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's getting over there is going to be the some of the challenge. Unless you're going from Vancouver west. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I'm going to be going from. I'm probably going to be going from Toronto east to England.
Okay.
I have connections in airlines, so I get my flights are really cheap. And once I'm over there, I'm just gonna do what I did here.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a little more money in my pocket, and hopefully I have a few more connections when it's all said and done. But we'll see how it goes.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Day job-itis. Working a day job, so.
Oh yeah, that means you have to get up at at I don't know. I'm not getting up before 8 o'clock most of the days now. Anyway,
that's good.
Today we had to get up because we had people coming to do something at the house. That's why I'm here, not in Maine. We had to do laundry and pack for our trip. So
you're off to Bermuda.
I'm like getting out of bed before 8. No, I don't have to.
It's like you gotta pay me a lot of money to do it.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, no. At this point, no. At this point in the ball game, this is all for the adventure. Like I mean, I'm a freelancer at heart, right? I mean, I don't do things for free, right? I just don't, because again, people don't appreciate it when you do that. That's what I've learned. So it's so. How do I put this? I learned doing it as a writer that people don't respect you unless you charge. That's just how it is. That is just how it is. And there are a lot of people that, I mean, it separates the wheat from the chaff really fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's another rationale for going the Kickstarter route with the special editions. It's not a cheap ebook, or paperback, and it's got beautiful art in it, and I'm actually asking what I think is a fair price, especially with looking at other Kickstarters and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially since there's 2 books in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of chunky. It could be a weapon.
Yes. About somebody's head, they never get up again.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are getting
a brick. Of it would have to be pretty.
Yes.
Accurate.
So a pretty brick. That's what it is. It's Janie Taylor and Pretty Bricks. That's going to be the title to this episode. Actually, Pretty Bricks, the technical difficulties. Yes. Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for you. I like writing a lot, so I mean, you're quite good does not do you justice, but you build solid yarns. So I mean, since you are retired, I mean, does it? So not theoretically you have more time. I know the reality, but theoretically, you have more time. So the question that I have to you is, now you retire, theoretically, is there a kind of book you've always wanted to written that you felt you never had time for that you now do?
No, because I always made time to write whatever I wanted to write.
Mhm.
I mean, I still have, all the covers that I'm going to be using going forward. And there is one story that I have in my head that I want to write, but it's so different from everything else that I've written. It's a World War II love story. It's actually my grandparents' story. So, I have her diaries to look at and things like that, and letters to my father that my grandfather wrote while he was overseas. Or actually, he was in the Navy. He was in the Pacific Theater. So I just haven't written it. It's not the one that's pulling at my brain going, you got to write this, you got to write this, you got to write this.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And my son is now writing.
Wow.
Yeah. He wrote and it's funny because he sent me the chapters, and I was going to, I have some covers that I don't think I'm ever going to write, and I was trying to resell them. And I read his first thing, and one of the series is perfect for it. I said, would these covers work? And I sent it to him, and he looked at it and he goes, actually, yes, those would work perfectly. So,
Perfect.
he got a nice set of covers. But I was reading it, and Darren read it, and he goes, and he's trying to be tactful, but he was like, it's really good. In some cases, it may be a little bit better than yours. And I looked at him, I said, oh, it's totally better than mine. He was trying to buffer the reaction. I'm like, oh no, I know really, really, really strong writing when I see it. And this is it. I have taught that child well.
So it's like, you're like, damn it, he's already better than me. I'm so
Yeah,
proud.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and he's only 25. So yeah, he's learned a lot from mama.
Cool.
So that'll be coming in October. I'm going to do the editing for him and help format it for him and get it out there. But he's already started up. I had him open up the Amazon KDP account, the Draft to Digital account, and I think I had him do Ingram Spark for paperbacks and stuff. So
That's cool.
I'll work with him on all of that and get him, so he can do it just as easily, because right now he's writing in Google Docs, but I gotta get him. Sooner or later he'll get there. But yeah,
Well,
he's paused it because he's got to write his thesis statement for school. He's finishing up school. So
okay.
yeah. So he's got this summer to do that, and then he'll jump back in.
So you
But
think you
yeah.
come on my show and talk about?
Think
you come on my show and talk about his book?
Oh, I'm sure he would love to. He's out on TikTok. You can follow him on TikTok. I think I have it I'll have to get you the link and the cover and the blurb, so you can put that out there too.
That's fair. No, I just figured I'd ask the question because, like, oh, okay, why not?
Yeah, he would. I mean, he would be awesome to have, because he's got his own TikTok, and he's had shows on. I think he's got something on Twitch as well. He used to have a channel on Twitch.
That's cool.
So really cool. And YouTube. So he's very versed at being in front of the camera and talking and being a chatterbox.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that's good. It's a useful skill.
Yeah, I'll send the link so we can, you can put it in the show notes along with the Kickstarter, which I didn't send to you beforehand.
No, you did not.
It's like, oops.
Trained professionals right here, ladies and gentlemen. Trained professionals. That's right.
Well, I'm getting ready for a trip to Bermuda for my 60th birthday.
Excuses.
Yes, I'm trying to do laundry.
Okay, see, the Bermuda thing, I was with you. The laundry thing, okay.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you gotta do the laundry and pack.
You gotta do the laundry and pack. I'm like, honestly, I was with you until you should have just stopped at Bermuda. Quit at
Yeah,
Bermuda.
yeah.
I was just
We're going on the 4th of
minding.
July, so basically tomorrow we're going down to our friend's house, and then we're getting picked up and driven to the seaport in Boston.
Yep.
And going out of Boston, so it'll be a fun trip.
Boston was neat. I gotta say, it was a really neat place.
Yeah, it's very. That's the quintessential New England city.
I have to put historic, a touch depressing, donuts, like great donuts. Interesting architecture and history, like Boston for me. When I went through there. And I went from Boston straight to New York, and New York was a monster.
You went to Beantown to Broadway. Yep.
Yeah. Beantown to Broadway, and then from Broadway I went to York, Pennsylvania, and then which was different, and then it's just like yeah. It was a like I said, a wild trip. So Boston's my second favorite city for donuts. My first is New Orleans.
Mm.
New Orleans has great food across the board, but they actually have a donut place that's literally a Simpsons ripoff.
Oh wow.
Hertz Donut. Yeah. It's called Hertz Donut. So you go in and they have all these donuts. If you're like pure quality, Kane still slightly the edge in terms of pure was so cool. Right. So, yeah, because I'm talking about donuts on my podcast. I'm hungry. Okay.
That's okay. I haven't had no, I haven't had a really good donut in a while.
Yeah,
I haven't been to the Yum Yum shop in Wolfboro in a while. We were in Wolfboro, but I didn't go to the Yum Yum shop.
That's fair. That's fair. I just would tell you Boston. Like Boston has if you want to say they're the best donut place, I'd be like, okay, I won't fight too hard. Yeah. But if you tell me New Orleans, man, New Orleans was my jam. That's what it was.
Yeah, we haven't been to New Orleans yet. Ooh. We've been to Florida. Not our thing.
Florida cursed me.
Yeah, I know.
Florida cursed me.
I read and I felt like so bad.
That was all one day too. That was the thing. It wasn't like one little thing at a time. It was all one day. It was just like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. But it was just like, yeah, Florida cursed me. So no. But to be fair, like I said, you could talk me to go to Tampa. Tampa, you could talk me to go to in Florida again. I actually have convinced my sister, who also doesn't like Florida very much, to check out Tampa. Because Tampa's like, it's cigars and a Legend of Zelda game all in one. There's chickens everywhere. I don't know if you've ever played Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, it's been years, but yes. And I never really got that far, so.
Okay, so Legend of Zelda game, there's chickens everywhere.
Okay.
Right?
Is that what they are?
They're chickens, yes.
I just thought they were little.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing about Legend of Zelda chickens. They don't die.
Right.
They don't die. But if you hit one long enough, you get attacked by a bombardment of them. Right?
That's funny.
Man, they're on like I have died to the chicken assault. Depending on the game, I have died to it. Because they go from being afraid of you, just like, you know what, we're just getting them. Just get them. So you have to run into a house, or you have to run off the screen or something like that, depending on the game you're playing. So yeah, no. So you had chickens like that were like you had chickens in Tampa. That made me think of the Legend of Zelda game. I was just like, if I hit one, will I get beat up? And the answer is yes. Yes, I would have gotten beaten up, but not by chickens, but by cops. But
That's
yes,
funny.
yes. It's like so. Tampa was secretly a Legend of Zelda the game. Like that's how I would describe it. It was the bright spot of Florida, the complete bright spot of it. The rest of the state, I mean, I had friends, again, good people are in Florida. I'm not going to say that, but the state, me, just like, we cannot be friends. We just can't. Right? Atlanta was rough. Florida, man. Florida be like, ugh.
Yes.
That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. I've only been to, I mean, I've never been to Atlanta either.
Stay away from the inside of it. That's what I would tell you.
Yeah, Dragon Con's down there, I think, every year. So
it is.
Yeah, I just haven't been down to Atlanta. I think we went into Savannah, Georgia, which is right south of Charleston, South Carolina, briefly. but that's as close to Georgia as I've been. I've just basically hopped over it to go to Florida from here.
That's fair. I would say like Atlanta was not fun. Right. And I lost my reason to go there. JD's no longer living there.
Yes, right. Because he's back in. Is he back in Puerto Rico?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's in Puerto Rico.
I wasn't sure. I was like,
no, he's in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I understand why he left, and like Atlanta was rough, man, just rough. I had like I said, Atlanta made an impression. I will say that.
Okay, not a pleasant one.
No, the first minute I saw someone get robbed and assaulted right in front of me.
Not fun.
No, but that is what it is.
So have you been writing?
Yeah. Yes.
Just good.
I mean,
outside of your I just
Substack?
the name of it.
My Substack?
Outside of your travel log.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Although not as much as I thought I would get the chance to. I'm trying to finish a novel at the end of this month, a draft of it. I'm doing the sequel to The Cloud Diver for now.
Okay.
I also, with the amount of writing I've done on my Substack, I probably have a memoir or two in there.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to probably be looking at turning at least I'm waiting until I finish my North American trip, but I probably like even if you just look at the Substack, I've probably written something like 20, 30,000 words on that thing. Easy.
Right.
You know, easy. Without even trying. It's just because it's such a regular part of my writing now. I'm a little behind on freelance article writing and looking for work that way, but I've also been pretty preoccupied. So I'm hoping to fix. I'm hoping to fix that a little bit because I want to get back into that groove before I go on back on the road. So I've also been quietly working on Tim Chismar's movie a little bit.
Okay.
That's also been kind of he's not like he's been working on getting a movie up to where I'm at to be filmed. So I've been giving him I've been filming stuff for him up here. So yeah. So I've been keeping myself pretty busy creatively too.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Still will be ready. I promise. I will release at least the fiction before I go. I listen. I decided that I would play first in I would launch a book here, launch a book in Nova Scotia because my buddy who's doing the covers is from there, and Snowflake, Arizona because I'm still petty.
Yep.
I'm just petty enough to do it, and I own it, and I'm okay with it. You know, that's how I see it.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I have I mean, I'm now entrenched in the romantic fantasy.
Romantasy?
Yes, romantasy, because this book
Yeah.
is definitely actually it's fantasy romance, romantic fantasy, same thing.
Yeah.
Sort of same thing.
I have one of those also in the back burner, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I have one that's
the next series I'm doing, which in October I'll do another Kickstarter for the first book. So this is the new publishing thing, is that as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, romantic thing right now. Like I have one that I'm actually the one I'm actually looking at traditionally publishing.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah, I have after it. I got to upgrade it. The pay not should be. Got to improve it. But I love the world I built there. It's just crazy fun. You know, Night Witches. Oh no.
Yeah, Billy's book is more fantasy, urban fantasy. It has no romance that I'm aware of, that I haven't read it, at least not in the first book. But yeah, it's still kick ass. So.
Your son. I can see that.
Yep.
All right. So we'll have to get him on. Listen, because I know you're on such time constraints, we probably should do the wrapping up as of it is right now.
Okay.
So Jane, tell people about your Kickstarter. Send a link and
yes, my Kickstarter for the Fire and Fae duet, which is Whispers of Fire and Fae and Kingdom of Fire and Fae, and a bonus scene. And it's a pretty book. And I do have a dust cover that got rolled out. I will send the link for the Kickstarter, and it's going very well.
Nice.
So that's going on now, and then I have another one set up that you can follow if you want updates on, and it's for the Fayetteville Saga book number 1, and that is out there as well. So I'll send both those links, and I'll actually send the pictures, and I'll send something of my son's book blurb. Say that.
All right.
As well, so you all can see it and follow him on TikTok.
All right. So I'll definitely look at that. So folks, listening, however you're doing this, thank Jane for coming on. Check out the links in my Substack below if you want to check out her Kickstarters. You can follow me on Substack by the chat. The subscriptions are growing. I'm approaching 150, which is not small, not 137 as of today. I would love to get the 150 if you're watching or listening to this. So put your email in. There's a free option. Hey, listen, I'm all for money too. If you send money some money, I'll definitely do that as well. But if you don't have to, that's totally fine. Just follow my adventures because they are continuing. Outside of that, folks, check out Jane's book. It's on her Kickstarter. And for everybody watching, everybody listening, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to this episode of Just Joshing. I will be back next week with 2 interviews. But for now, this will be it. Take care, everyone. Stay inspired.